I'm going to bring on a very special guest. Laurie she is amazing. I've had the pleasure to not only be on her show that she does every week, which I'll let her talk about that. I got a chance to hang out with her in Cabo, which is a lot of fun. But she is just a breath of fresh air. She's a lot of energy. She's just so open to grow, so open to experience, so open to share. She's absolutely amazing. So I want to welcome on Laurie. Laurie, I know you're out there, and I'm so excited to kind of hear your story. I want you to definitely talk about your experiences and what you're most excited about. So everybody, let's give it up for Laurie. Let me make sure I can get you offline here. Hold on one second. Here we go. Ask to unmute. There we go. All right. See if that works for you.
I think I'm here. I think
You're
I'm here.
here. How are
I'm
you?
here. I'm here. I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. I know I'm squeezing you in on your busy schedule, but it's good to see you. And I'm anxious to kind of hear why you're here and what you're most excited about, because I know that you, out of so many people that I see, like you show up all the time. Like you're on all the calls, all the
Oh
trainings,
yeah.
you go to experiences. Like, why are you doing that? So if you want to maybe share your story with everybody, anything you want to share, let's do that. So everybody get
Uh, Absolutely. I know a lot of people know I'm a little nervous about tonight because normally when I talk to people, I have people that I'm having a conversation with. So bear with me.
I won't leave you. I'll stay here with you. I'll stay here
Oh,
with you.
that's awesome, Tony. Thank you. So first of all, I want to say thank you to you, Tony, for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to share my story. But like we talked about in Cabo, if I'm going to tell my story, I have to go way back to back May 2025 and how I actually got here. And honestly, I think a lot of you are going to laugh at it. I was receiving emails and I kept deleting them. Some probably went to my junk mail because I wasn't interested. I've been in the travel industry for more than 15 years. I owned and I operated a successful travel agency. And for years, I was that person telling everybody, use a travel agent. Then one day, a girl I knew for the previous town I lived in was posting about travel. And I thought, okay, she's become a travel agent. So I commented on her post and I said, welcome to the travel industry. She came back to me instantly and said, nope, I'm not a travel agent. That's your job. Basically telling me that in nicer words that she wanted nothing to do with being a travel agent. But it caught my attention. And I thought, wait for a minute. And then I would say to her, okay, I need to know exactly what you're doing. So this time I asked for some more information and I joined. And I wasn't looking for another business and I was not looking for an opportunity at the time. I joined for my own personal gain. I wanted inside the platform because I wanted to tear the damn thing apart. I told this to Tony and Cabo and I said, are you sure you want me to share this? But I compared hotels, I compared flights, I compared activities, I did the pricing. I actually used support more often than I should have because I wanted to make sure that support was going to be there for me if I needed it. I wanted to find all the flaws because I've spent more than 15 years telling people they needed to use a travel agent like myself. And quite frankly, I wanted to prove myself right. Well, that plan backfired. I literally got slapped in the face just because the more I looked and the more I used it, the more questions I asked, the harder it got for me to find anything that was bad about the platform. And somewhere in there, this became much more to me than investigating a travel platform. It took me a while before I started sharing because if anybody knows me, I need to completely believe in something before I put my name behind it. Then came my first person. She was from my hometown. We really only knew each other by name. She knew I was a travel agent, but she never was my client. But that was the first person who trusted me. So for all of you out there that are still looking for people to trust you, they're out there. And I don't think she'll ever understand what she actually means to me. So that's when I thought maybe I need to keep sharing it because what I was seeing, my whole career had been about helping people travel and travel on a budget, travel for less. There were even times where I gave up my commission to help someone make their vacations happen every year. So when I found something that I genuinely believe in, I couldn't help myself to start sharing. And the more I shared, the more I had passion for what I was doing. So in September and again in November, I literally flew back to Ontario to what we call the Ottawa Valley. And I was nervous. Hell yeah, I was. I hadn't been in front of people since high school. I'm 54 years old. Did I want to go back in front of people and do a presentation? Absolutely not. But once I started talking about travel, I started to calm down because travel is my forte. Okay. And I keep finding myself saying, and over again, I still do, travel is evolving over and over again. I'll tell this to people every single day. And until eventually I started realizing if I was going to keep saying this, I needed to practice what I preach. So on December 28th of 2025, I made the decision to close my travel agency. And I want to make something very clear to everyone on this call. I did not close because my agency wasn't successful. It was successful. I spent more than 15 years building it, but I believe travel was evolving and I needed to evolve with it. And I wanted to make that decision on my own terms. I wasn't going to wait until the industry changed enough for a membership based travel company was someday going to help me close my doors. So that wasn't easy, absolutely not. But I believe in where this is going, and I still do. Then in February, I decided to start a Spotify podcast called From Agent to Advantage. I had no friggin' idea what I was doing. But somehow I decided to email our VP of strategy, Nuno, and ask him to be my first guest. And he said yes. I remember looking at that email thinking, are you frigging kidding me? I'm nobody. Why is this man taking the time out of his day to help me get started? So for me, that spoke volumes. And this is something that has become really important to me throughout the whole journey. I pay attention to how people treat people. Nuno probably had no idea what that yes meant to me back then, but I'll remember it forever. And then that same month, I found this crazy Brit. One day I was on Facebook and I came across this crazy British woman doing a live from Australia. And I remember thinking, holy shit, she's real. I need to talk to this woman. So I reached out. And I know a lot of you on this call know who I'm talking about. That crazy Brit was Emma. And from our very first conversation, something clicked. She's been my ride or die ever since. And the funniest part, we have zero team connections. She's not on my team. I'm not on hers. We just discovered that we had the same vision, the same passion, and the same belief about what this community should actually look like. And from that friendship came Real Talk No BS that Tony was talking about at the start. It wasn't created to be another training call. It was created because Emma and I are both believers. Every single person deserves a voice. It doesn't matter what team you're on, what rank you are, or whether you've been here 2 years or 2 days. We want to be with real people. We want to share real stories. We want people to hear real conversation. There's no script and there's no BS. So that's what it means to us. Then came Phoenix. Phoenix was probably where I really started understanding the word community. I got to meet Tony and his beautiful wife, Rhonda. I met Stephen and his lovely mom, Ilala. I've worked alongside Christy on the Life crew. That was amazing. I met Michael, and I had already become close friends online with Michael. And Phoenix finally gave us the opportunity to connect in person. I also got to meet Donna. I also got to know our North American leader, Heather, on a much more personal level. Not just Heather, the leader, but Heather, the person. Because anyone that knows me, I wear my heart on my sleeve. If you're one of my people, I'll pretty much do anything for you because that's just who I am. So Phoenix was also where I had the honor, though, of meeting and speaking with our CEO. that that encounter, he was so friendly, he was approachable. I Emma kept saying, "Oh, Laurie, come and meet Yoni," and I'm going, "No, no, no, I'm nobody." And what meant to me the most when I met Yoni, he treated me like I was his equal. That meant a lot because, again, I pay attention to how people treat people. Titles don't impress me. Once you meet me, you'll know that. I don't care what level you are, it doesn't matter to me. People's characters do. Phoenix was where people I've known through a screen became real people in my life. And then came Cabo. Cabo was about the people. And here's the thing, I did not need to go to Cabo. I'd already been there 6 times, and I stayed at the Santa Fe 4 times. 4 days before Cabo, Emma and Shelby were scheduled to leave. The three of us were on a call. They're telling me, "Laura, you need to come." Meanwhile, while we were on the call and without them knowing, I'm looking up flights. And I found one. And I go, "Oh my God, it's $300 less than it was yesterday. Like, I just have to do it." So I booked it. And I sent them a screenshot. Guess what? I'm coming to Cabo. And I can honestly say that was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Not because of Cabo, but because of the people. I got to spend real time with Emma, Shelby, Tony, Rhonda, Christy, Michael, and so many more that were there. We laughed, we talked, we shared stories, we made memories. And people I've known online or briefly met became my real friends. People I can honestly say I love deeply, and they are my family. That's what life experience have become for me. I didn't get on that plane because I needed another vacation. I'm a travel agent. Like, I've traveled. I did not need that. I got on a plane because my people were there. But there's one part of this story that still hurts, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. My past clients, for more than 15 years, they trusted me with their vacations and thousands of dollars of their hard earned money. So I can't explain how much it hurts that after all these years, many still don't trust me enough to simply look at what I saw and made me willing to close a successful agency. I believe 100% in the decision I made. And I truly believe one day they'll understand. But yeah, that part is always going to hurt, right? Because you always want people to believe you. You always want people to follow you. It just, that is just me. And then I know I told Tony, I'm going to tell you what my biggest why is. So for me, my biggest why is my husband. He's my best friend. And I got to see Tony and Rhonda in Cabo, and they were so inspiring. And I want that with my husband. I've built my life with Rob. He works away 15 days at a time. And when he leaves, I barely sleep. As soon as he gets out of bed, I'm awake. And every time I think, one day, one day won't be another 15 days goodbye. I've given myself 4 years. My goal is to build something strong enough that Rob has the choice to retire. I'm not chasing a mansion, and I'm not chasing no fancy car. What I am chasing is time. Time with my husband, time with my kids, time to watch our grandkids grow up. Do I want to travel? friggin' lutely, I want to travel. Do I want to experience life? Absolutely. But more so, I want to make memories. I just want us somewhere in the world asking, where should we go next? Instead of how many days until you're home. That's my why. And finally, if you know me, this is about community. I talk about this every single day on my calls. When I joined in May of 2025, I thought this was going to be about travel. I thought I was going to tear apart a platform and prove why people still needed a travel agent. Instead, I found people. I found someone from my hometown who believed in me. I found a VP willing to give me his time. I found a crazy Brit who became my ride or die and honestly, probably one of my best friends. I found friendship in Phoenix. I found people in Cabo who became my friends and people that I truly love. And I found community. And that's why no one will ever be left behind. That's why Emma and I created Real Talk No BS. Because every person here has a story. Every person has a why. And every single person deserves a voice. I'm only a little over a year into this journey. I have no idea where it's going to take me, but I know I want to rob home. I want time with my family. I want more experiences and I want more memories. And I want to keep meeting incredible people from all around the world who I never would have known otherwise. I joined thinking this was going to change the way I looked at travel. I never expected it to change the people in my life, the direction of my life, and what my next chapter in my life is going to look like. So, Tony, thank you again for
Thank
giving me
you.
the opportunity to share my story today. And to everyone on this call who has already become part of my journey, whether you realize it or not, you are my family. And I thank you.
Laurie, thank you so much for being so real and just pouring into us. Everybody's commenting, going, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." Thank you so
I
much.
love our community. I absolutely
Yeah,
do.
no, it's it's the thing that a lot of companies don't ever talk about. And the way that you talked about it, how this community, number one, you've embraced it, but it's also embraced you, and how we can just show up being who we are and really not even knowing anything about anything, but yet we still can thrive here. So I want to thank you guys, everybody in the chat box. Give it up for Lori. Give it up. Give her your favorite emoji. Let her know that that she is definitely well received tonight. And Laurie, thank you so much for coming in and pouring into us. I cannot wait to see you wherever we see you next. So
Oh,
thank,
hopefully Orlando, but you never know. Could be somewhere sooner.
yay! All right, thank you.
Thank you, Tony.